Good afternoon. I'm Jennifer Myers. I'm the statewide disaster recovery coordinator at the Economic Development Department. You're tuned into the live stream of our weekly resource wrap up. Our goal is to update you on all the recovery, community, upcoming events in less than 15 minutes. We're streaming live, and if you're probably hitting us up on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. So let's go ahead and get started. We have a special guest, Michael Sage, from the Regional Economic Development Manager at Northwest New Mexico Council of Governments. Michael's going to be talking about the Enterprise Loan Fund. So with that, Michael, I'll go ahead and transition it off to you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Welcome, everyone. I'm here today to talk about the Northwest New Mexico Council of Governments Enterprise Loan Fund, also known as Revolving Loan Fund to most people. The Council of Governments, we serve a three-member area in Northwest New Mexico. We serve the counties of Cibola, McKinley, San Juan, approximately 220,000 in population, and that equates to about 11 people per square mile. So we're very rural out in Northwest New Mexico, and we launched the Enterprise Loan Fund as a way to help stimulate entrepreneurial and small business development. As we did the research, one of the things we noticed was access to capital was an identified barrier, and so the Enterprise Loan Fund is a step in helping to address that barrier. So real quickly, the Enterprise Loan Fund, we received a grant from the U.S. Economic Development Administration in the amount of $900,000. We are looking to move this fund out into the community. We have set up a loan committee comprised of 12 individuals from throughout the three-county area. We also have a technical assistance contract with the National Development Council. So all our loan decision-making, all our underwriting is done internally, allowing us to move as businesses need. So real quickly, our revolving loan fund is intended to provide loans in the range of $20,000 to $100,000. We're looking to participate with financial institutions and help support small businesses that have strong cash flow, strong management, but maybe have a credit blemish or two, or maybe have some form of collateral weakness. So we're looking to participate with existing financial institutions. Some of the allowable uses include working capital, machinery equipment, real estate acquisition, tenant improvements, and refinancing of existing business debt. We do have a $250 application fee. If the loan does go through into closing, we will apply that application fee towards your closing costs. Additionally, we do have a 1% closing fee associated with our fund, and then all third-party costs can be rolled into the loan. Our interest rate is currently Wall Street Journal Prime plus 2%, and we do require guarantees in the form of we do require personal guarantees for any individual that has 20% ownership or more. Let me just make sure I got everything. One of the things that we do request is, because we are a relationship lender, if you do receive a loan from the RLF, we will be engaging you on a yearly basis in terms of just figuring out how things are going, moving things along. And I think that is at the moment.
Great. Well, I'm going to go ahead and post your one-pager. So if you guys click on there, it's a really great overview of what Michael just discussed. It talks about the terms and conditions and who's eligible and kind of the timeline. So I will go ahead and keep that up, and then I'm going to hide it. So Michael, thank you so much for talking about your Enterprise Loan Fund. I know it's pretty new, so it's very exciting. And I'm sure I'll have lots of questions for you later when I refer people to you.
Hey, Jennifer, I did have one comment. One of the things that we hear is, hey, I'm interested in your revolving loan fund, but because of the pandemic, I was closed for a year, or I was closed in 2020, 2021, or a portion of. Can I work with the RLF? And the question is, yes, we would just have to work and go back and get a little more tax returns. But we do recognize that COVID, businesses being closed, is an issue out in the region, but we will not let that impact, and we're willing to talk with any businesses on that fact.
That's a very good point. I hadn't even thought about that, but you're probably right. That's a lot of scenarios that businesses are struggling with right now. And this is good timing, because it's not like the pandemic is just over. It seems to just, people are still struggling. So I'm glad that you mentioned that.
Thank you for the opportunity. Appreciate
it. Thank you so much. So I'll go ahead and go back to the top. This is our normal weekly resource wrap up. I'm so glad that Michael was able to participate and talk about his program. So I'll try to be brief on the other things that are going on. Recovery resources, we already talked about the Enterprise Loan Fund. So I'll focus on our events and news. I've mentioned a couple of these already. Some are brand new. The great one is Outdoor Recreation Division Plus Trails Plus has a grant application that is, if you can believe it, March is tomorrow. So that it opens March 1st. So that's tomorrow. It is to focus on enhancing community and outdoor recreation opportunities for shovel-ready projects. So if you know anybody, please let them know about this opportunity. They got some federal and state funding, so this is a great opportunity for any of you outdoor rec companies to participate. I've mentioned in the previous ones the request for information interest for SSBCI. I just want to let you know that those proposals are going to be due at the end of the week. It's on March 4th at 5 p.m. is the deadline. And I will be hosting another one of my New Mexico Recovery Series monthly webinars. We have the special guest of State Land Office and Economic Development. They're going to be talking about opportunities on public lands. So please save the date, March 17th at 10 a.m. We'll be going over that. A lot of the different resources we mentioned in previous wrap-ups. I just want to highlight a couple of the news articles. We have some articles about small businesses recovering and what they're doing and how they're looking forward. SBA announced some initiatives to help with Black female owners. And also we're getting some VC funding in New Mexico. So that's very exciting. We also have some research and development grants opportunities and money flowing through the Department of Energy coming through. And then our state program, the Job Training Incentive Program, they have approved 11 companies as previous JTIP board meetings, so you can kind of take a look at who got funded and for how much. So moving along, we talked about the Enterprise Loan Fund. So just click on here if you have any information. And also, we have a lot of community resources, which seems to be like a topic of, we're always having a lot of them. So the Partners for Places grant program, it matches grant programs supporting projects that build partnerships between local governments. So the grants come from $25,000 to $75,000 for the one project for 1 year, or if you have a 2-year project, then you get $75,000 to $150,000. So that deadline is April 13th, and there's also a 1-to-1 match requirement. Drought contingency planning grants, which we obviously need in New Mexico. The objective of this is to invite state, tribes, irrigation districts, water districts, and other organizations with water or power delivery authority to leverage your funds and resources by cost sharing drought contingency planning. So that's a big issue, for everybody, every city, every town in New Mexico. So please participate if you are eligible. And then we have Conservation Innovation Grants, CIG, which stimulates which the funding will stimulate and develop adoption of innovative conservation approaches and technology. And that deadline is April 18th. We also have applied science grants. This notice is eligible for invite eligible entities to leverage their money and resources by cost sharing and applied science projects to improve access to and improve water management tools. We also have a tribal transit program funding that funds directly to the tribal entities for the purpose of capital, operating, and planning and administrative costs for public transport projects that meet the growing needs for the organization. And so that deadline is May 25th. We also have a marketing service grant to explore marketing opportunities for the U.S. food, agricultural products, and encourages research and innovation aimed at improving efficiency and program performance for the marketing system for the U.S. U.S. Ag. We also have research and development. The purpose of this program is to support projects that address major challenges in preserving or providing access to humanity collections and resources. And I had mentioned this the last time. I just want to mention the one last time that the Reconnect application window is extended to March 9th. So that's rapidly approaching. If you're planning on participating, please sign up as soon as possible. And a lot of the different programs we had mentioned the last go around. So I'll go ahead and quickly thumb through there. Of course, we always keep, in case you missed it, if there's anything that I mentioned in the past you want to look up and we keep it active for as long as the deadlines are available. So these are all still very open. You can click on them. You can see the deadlines are approaching on there, and we have them categorized by recovery, business, and community resources. So yeah, we have working now loans, what we talked about in a previous live stream. And then we also have the business side of it. We got some Ready NM business support website and some different resources. And of course, we always have a lot of community resources. So feel free to click on them and get more information. And a lot of stuff is upcoming. We have a lot of competing events for March 1st, which is tomorrow. I cannot believe it. But the Innovation in Mexico Virtual Technology Showcase will have our Deputy Secretary, John Clark. He will be one of the presenters at that event. We also have Greening America's Small Cities and Challenge America Grants Guidelines. So a lot of different things coming up really quickly. And of course, a lot of these we've mentioned previously, very focused on businesses and recovery, post-COVID, marketing basics, prioritizing and productivity myths, some helpful and creative ways for hiring. If you're having trouble with that, definitely, and especially in our tight labor market, as it mentions in the title. Again, we have a lot of negotiating, productivity, how to work with artists and beginners for businesses. So a lot of different events that you can click on. We also have our ongoing webinars and our on demand that you can just click on anytime. And then we also have the economic developments webinars that we have recorded previously. Just last week, I hosted the Northeastern New Mexico Business Finance Fair. A lot of great resources and federal assistance, financial assistance and technical assistance providers, and they did an excellent job. So feel free to click on that, and it'll take you directly to our YouTube channel, as well as Felicia DePaulo does a monthly REBP interview series, and this Tortilla Factory was a couple weeks ago. She interviewed them. So those are all there, and we're kind of going towards the end of the actual wrap up. So you can always check out our website or connect with us on all of the social media channels. And if there's anything else I think I got under the 15 minutes. And so I will let you go on with your day. And it was so nice to join me on our Monday weekly wrap up. So have a great rest of your day. Thank you.